Hello and welcome to episode 13 of our Timberborn update for modded playthrough with the Folktales faction. It is cycle 29, day 7, right smack dab in the middle of the temperate season as we await the next upcoming drought. Last episode, we did a number of things. Most interestingly, messing around at the end with this area here, trying to figure out what to do to create a little carnival island. Meanwhile, we had some additional metal harvesting going on over here. And we improved a few things in this district, the Iron Islands, and also made ugly dams that I would like to fix, make it look a little bit nicer, and improve the efficiency of these water wheels, which are in fact supposedly connected to these guys here, theoretically. But in reality, it seems like they're not. I don't know. That was one of the things that I was trying to do last time. But it doesn't seem like everything's in place. This straight power shaft hasn't yet to be built. So we'll go ahead and prioritize that. Thanks to those of you in the comments who pointed that out. I thought it was all good to go. So that's good to see that that's not the case. Well, it's not good to see that that's not the case. But it's good to see that that's something we can fix. It's always a nice opportunity. But there's plenty of stuff we can get to today. I think primary focus is going to be on developing this into our little carnival island. Moving this carousel over here. Who's in here? What's up? I don't know who you are. You're not a beard booster. But yeah, we'll move all that stuff over here and then clear this space out and put in the last monument, well, the last official monument, the Fountain of Joy, which has to be irrigated. So we'll have some fun with that. Do a couple of other things. We've got to build a little bit more housing and grow our population a little bit here in the main Beaverburg district. That is not the district center. Just trying to click on this thing. All right. Yeah, so we have 34 vacancies, and we want to fill those as much as we can, even though a lot of those vacancies are like builders and haulers. And okay, I actually haven't clicked on a builder's hut yet that doesn't have anybody in it. But I digress. You get the point. We need to make sure all of our beavers are working. Over here in the Iron Islands district, we have 3 unemployed beavers, and we got to get some more stuff for them to do. So, based off of the suggestions I got in the comments last time, I do think it's going to be a great idea to plant some trees on this island here right by the mine. There's tons of space here. We can grow plenty of trees and either use the wood here or export to the main district because we are kind of running out of space here. So I think it would be smart for us to maybe turn some of these trees into stuff that could be harvested, like make this entire island maple syrup, maple trees, maple syrup, etc. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's unplant. These are all set to cut. Let's unplant all of these trees. Unplant all of these trees, cut them down, replace them with maples. I know I said that the first time that we were messing with this, that hey, we should not do that. But hey, guess what? We have the ability to change things, even though we have all this wood storage here. It doesn't have to be all wood storage. We can be flexible. And we do have down here space for logs. We can cut some of these down. It doesn't have to be all for obtaining the syrup, but this is very close to the rest of our production. So it would make sense to turn this into a place that can grow trees that make stuff we can use. So, of course, it's going to take a really long time for us to get there, but that could be a good eventual goal. A lot of these trees are quite young, and will take probably the whole episode to grow up, but we'll start making moves toward that, and then that means over here we can unplant these maples, turn them into chestnuts, or maybe plant a couple of the pines back, because I don't see a ton of pine resin. For being honest about things, I actually don't see any. Are we using all of it? Yeah, they got no goods in stock. Our woodwork shop should tell us. Yeah, there's no pine resin, so we definitely definitely did this a little wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know we're already starting on a note that's not fantastic, but I'm gonna unplant all of these maple trees, and we'll start cutting these down in a little bit once we can have this taken care of. But yeah, I just want to make sure that we're keeping tabs on that. And you guys keep me honest in the comments if I forget. But we could probably plant a lot more of these as pines, and then the rest of this area as chestnut trees, and collect appropriately. Because right now we have... here it is. This guy right here, this gatherer flag, can't actually reach all the way down here. But there is a pretty good amount of space here that we could plant as chestnut trees. Drastically increase our harvesting of those guys. And fix this as well. So I think that's a win-win for everybody involved. And then this district, excuse me, is going to be much better suited to just producing mass quantities of all sorts of other wood. So we'll get to that. Another thing, while we have the game paused, I'm actually just going to go in regular speed. Got a couple comments saying that I had put in one of these flags backwards. So let's check that out. That's facing correctly. Facing correctly. Yeah, these are all facing correctly, so I'm not entirely sure what that was about. Multiple people said I might have put this in backwards, but don't really get that one. As far as I can tell, they're all correct. But I also had a comment that suggested, hey, you might try actually building a little bit further in and placing some of them in there. So I think that is a great idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Just try to find a couple spots where it's not going to be completely blocking anything in, because remember, they do have to go around these things. But if we place a few in here, and actually we can turn this into a staircase. Now let's do a metal staircase, just so we get that little boost for these beavers. But yeah, putting this kind of stuff in now is going to really make it better for us in a minute here. So I'm just gonna put maybe just 2 right here, and then put 1 more in here to place the one that was taken out. But that's gonna help us get more and more of this and figure out what else we're gonna be doing here. I also got a comment suggesting that we turn the mine into a science generator, which every hour makes 20 science points, which is a good idea for the folktales because the mine is pretty inefficient for making metal, ironically, and we have so much of it here. But take a look on the corner here. We have 76,000 science. I don't think we need to be making that much more science. Obviously, we have plenty of things left to unlock and eventually enable 4 bots to use as well. But right now, that's just really not a concern of mine. So we're not going to be messing with that. So what is next? What is our next thing we want to be taking care of? I know I talked about this, and that is going to be a major focus of today's episode, but we got time. Got a whole hour to mess with, so we'll get to that in a second. Other things I want to do, I already talked about making these these stamps look a little bit better with the help of our decoration blocks and the other things here in the levees and everything. But we also need to expand our aquatic farming, because if you take a look at here, we do have a pretty good amount of spatterdock raw, and at one point, yeah, we have cattail roots, and we have plenty of cattail flour, but as our population grows, this is not going to be enough to sustain everybody. So we have all of this space. This is actually going to cover a pretty good amount of underwater stuff here. So at some point, we are going to want to build maybe another 1 or 2 aquatic farmhouses and really just use all of this space to our advantage. It's never going to dry out. Well, ideally, never going to dry out. So why not start growing the stuff, even if it can't all be harvested? If we don't want to worry about it, it'll be better to have that in place sooner rather than later. But I'm not so sure that's an immediate concern. We might come back to it later today. Might be next week's videos, but we will get back to that at some point in time. And then outside of that, I think that covers the major goals I had for today. We'll see what we can get done. Obviously, there's plenty to be done. It just is a matter of how we want to organize our time. And I do want to make sure I'm being respectful of yours. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I want to plant a bunch of trees here. So that's going to start by having all of this stuff cleared out. I'm not going to be worried about keeping these little birch trees. I'm just not concerned about it. So I'm just going to mark those for demolition. And we'll come in here. And I'm actually going to blast all of this down. This 2 and this 1. So I want all of the land to be level with this right here. Just in case the water creeps up a tiny bit, which, again, I don't think it will, based on how our exits are set up. But I just don't want to deal with flooding. So we're gonna leave it there. Taking these down a little bit is going to irrigate a little bit more of the land, but we are going to want to put a water dump in the center probably right about here. So I'm going to go ahead and plant that dynamite right there. We'll keep the path going all the way through here because that is working out just fine. It's not the most direct thing, but honestly, I'm not going to be worried about it. We can go ahead and start planting on the land we aren't going to be demolishing. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at our forester, check out the range this guy's going to have. So if we put him here, he's actually probably got a pretty good chance of having the entire island, which is awesome. I don't know if we're going to want to have just one. We might want two. I don't think we'd want three. But we can, at the very least, go ahead and start with this guy. And give him preemptively some lumberjack flags to work with, just so we don't box ourselves in. And again, this island is not that huge. And theoretically, it's set up in such a way that we could just have a few of these in the center and be okay. It's not the most efficient way of harvesting things, and I do think we should have some against the sides, so it's not just a continual cycle of this guy racing this guy. So, who can plant faster versus who can chop down faster. But it is going to be a good start to just get these two in place now. And since this is going to be wood only, I'm going to go ahead and designate all of these as oak trees after we get everything else put in place. So what we'll go ahead and do, water dump here. We have a couple of options. I can put this in here like this. I can put this in here like this. Or what I probably should have done, honestly, is detonated this one instead. But it's no matter. That's fine. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to blast this down one more level. And then we're going to put our stream gauge in there so they can know how deep it is and turn the dump on or off as necessary. So we'll go ahead and get that turbo speed going. Yeah, these guys are currently having nothing to do. So let's deprioritize these two things. I'm going to keep this guy here, though, because we're going to be planting pretty soon. I just want to make sure that we get the rest of this all caught up and good to go. And in the meantime, it looks like they finished these dams, which means our flow going through... Oh, yeah, look at these guys. They're going now. Yeah, 102, 92, 94. That's more like it. That's what I want to see. And we should also see the numbers reflecting full connection here, which they are. We're making almost 1,200, which means we should see these things. These things meaning the flywheels. Yeah, look, they're charging up. Not super fast, but they are charging up. I think these, yeah, the windmills just quit. But ideally, this will result in all of these being fully charged at some point. And that's going to be fantastic for us. And we also have the explosive right here. Good to go. I'm going to go ahead and put in our stream gauge down in the bottom. Actually, no, I need to... do I have to have another one go down? I think that's about... Oh, no, that's way too high. What am I thinking of? Why did I think I could get away with that? I got to go one more down. One more down. Make that happen. Meanwhile, how are we looking here? Good, we're harvesting. Yeah, so this is going to spread things out a little better. Hopefully allows this to be a bit more efficient. And we'll come back and check on that later, but I'm very interested to see this finally completed. Alright, detonate. Come on in, stream gauge. 11 high stream gauge. No, we don't need that one. Let's put that in. And then pop that water dump right on top. Beautiful, look at that. Perfect. And we'll give him a path here. And there we go. Now, if we really want to min-max our space, which we probably don't need to, we can just put our lumberjack guys right here. Save a little bit of space directly off the path here. Just take advantage of this little inefficiency that I've generated here. Well, that's fine. We got plenty of space. It's a big map. Not everything has to be super efficient. It doesn't have to be. All right, so let's go ahead and attach a stream gauge. It's probably going to do some... There we go. All right, so we need to go ahead. Yeah, now we're getting some stuff in there. See how high this ends up looking when it's fully irrigated, which I think is based off of this right here. It's going to require a bit more. Did I not... Oh, I did mark that as lowest priority. I guess nobody cared. So that is water level 1.21. So I think it's going to be pretty safe to say that this is going to be... Oh, I got to remember what the reverse psychology of this is. Let's say unpause when below... Let's just say unpause when below, below 2.0. And then pause when above... let's say... So I don't want this to be cycling on and off all the time. Either that or that's just... Yeah, what do I care? Well, we'll just have that set like that. Man, we had a huge death wave right then. Like, I don't know, 7 or 8. So that is looking good. It looks like they just paused that. Yep, just paused it because the water level is 2.02. So I'm actually going to raise pause when above to, say, 2.1. Or did I even set this up? I'm sure someone's gonna correct me in comments if I've done this incorrectly. I can't help but think that I've done this wrong. Unpause when below. It's just the way this is worded just breaks my brain, and I know there's no reason for it. So it turns it on when it's below 2, and turns it off when it's above 2.1. So that probably shouldn't work that way. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it until we have a problem. All right, so let's start breaking this down here. I think I should be able to get a lot of this just by planting a bunch of these, and they'll do it all in sequence. I'm not worried about it all being at once. That's probably kind of a pain. All right, so that has gone down. What is the... now it's unpaused. Good, so it's below 2, which causes this to become slightly unwatered. So that's when we want it to turn back on. That's fine. So as long as that goes up... Okay, I guess it's almost nighttime, so they're not gonna be messing with that too much. But I think the way I have this set up, pause when above... Yep, now it's 2.15, then it was 2.14. I think that's going to work out okay. Not going to lose too much. Not going to lose too much more sleep over that. Doesn't need to be complicated. All right. Yeah, so these aren't filling up as fast as I thought they would. But they are kind of retaining power, so maybe we need to have some more water wheels and have more stuff. Well, this guy doesn't need to be here anymore. Scavenger flag. Yeah, there's nothing left to scavenge, so you can go do something else with your life. This hopefully is working out nicely. It looks like it's fine. So that is coming along quite nicely. Now, these are starting to get chopped down. Oh yeah, these I'm going to be chopping these things down just in time for them to actually start making more syrup. Oh boy. Well, that's what happens. There's still nothing here, which is quite annoying. Now, I do have to be curious because of how these are looking here. Okay. See, that's only 18% grown. What I don't want to happen is I don't want them to spread seedlings, because that's what the trees do when there's not an actual active tree being grown, and they're not set to be manually replanted. They will naturally reproduce, which is cool, but also a very annoying game mechanic when we have this kind of thing going. So I think, I guess I'm going to unmark each of these stumps for cutting. I'm probably just going to have to do this manually, honestly, or else I know something bad is going to happen. I'm going to make some sort of terrible mistake. So as we see stumps, I'm going to probably forget in about 5 minutes, honestly. But I'm going to, right now at least, try to just manually get these guys out of here. Please do not crash. Thank you. And the reason I'm unmarking these for cutting is because I'm going to replant these stumps as maple trees and go ahead and try to get a little bit of a head start on there. But it's one of those things that is such a big task that it's going to take a while. It is cool, though, to see them kind of growing out in rings, because, of course, that's how that's going to work. But, in pretty even distance from the staircase here, and then kind of down here a little bit. So I guess we could kind of predict the pattern for how these are going to grow based off of that. But yeah, just going to take a little bit more time here to try and get a decent head start on all of these maple plantings here. Because I think, oh, it's the middle of the night. They're not going to be doing that. So now I really got to make sure this is the correct tree. I'm going to really be mad. All right, maple trees. Maple trees. So I'm just going to click and drag whatever I can. Of course, I can't do that one. Just get that nice and squared away. And we'll come back and do this a couple more times later on in the episode. But hey, at least if I start planting this now, then we stand a fighting chance of actually having some maple syrup. Some by the end of today's episode. Again, we're 20-some minutes into it now, so maybe not. But every little bit of progress is good, even if it's just baby steps. That applies in real life, too. Not just these silly little video games. Well, I have fun playing them, so I guess they're not that silly. But I think it's explosion times. Let's go ahead and set this off. Beautiful. Love that. They're in the middle. Oh, look at these guys go. Look at these guys go. All in one little group here. All right, so we'll just set the rest of this up, and I think it's high time we start planting trees over here. So let's just carefully consider for a second where we might want to have some other cutting going on. And if we were really worried about min-maxing, then I would probably have these lumberjack flags all on side platforms hanging off the side of this island. But I don't feel like doing that. I think it's probably unnecessary. So I am going to go ahead and block out a spot right here for a lumberjack flag. It's right in front of the ladder, very convenient for exporting. We're probably honestly not going to need very many of these because they grow pretty slowly, and we're not going to have to really keep that much of an eye on them. But right here is probably, it's not a fantastic spot for one, but it is far enough away from these two that they shouldn't really be overlapping very much in terms of what they're cutting down. So maybe we'll get a little bit more even coverage of stuff. Also, it doesn't really matter. It's honestly pretty irrelevant in the long term. It's just one of those things where you're like, all right, well, if I have the chance to do it right, I would like to. But if not, it's not really that big of a deal. All right, oak trees. Let's just, let's just go ahead and saturate this whole thing. No, not over here. Not over. Whoa, that's a lot of death wave. Oh, that happened because we built a whole. I don't know why I paused, because we built a whole bunch of stuff all at once, and now they're gonna do their whole thing. But yeah, you know how that works. So all of this over here now planted as oak trees. Our friend right here in the forester is going to do his best. It's going to take probably a pretty long time to get all that done. In the meantime, got a teeth grindstone. Got a stone to grind. We'll stick that guy. You know, actually, if I was smarter, I would have done that over here. I don't care. It's fine. We're not really going to need too many of these. I just thought we'd have one of those not too far away from everything. So we're going to let this kind of do its own thing for a little bit. Figure out what they're doing. And then let's take a second to talk about our carnival island. I've got a bunch of really cool suggestions from you guys in the comments, so thanks for that. But the prevailing thing seems to be, one, people really want me to use the large unframed flywheel, which, hey, I'm totally down for. But it doesn't hold as much as the framed ones, and it loses power faster, but I've been told the model looks really cool. we have plenty of science. Let's go ahead and research it. Whoa, yeah, look at this guy. I don't know why I sound like I'm from Minnesota, but all that is choice. Okay, yeah, we're using this. Look at this. That is beautiful. Oh, Battery Smooth. Shout out Battery Smooth, channel member, by the way. Developed this mod and a couple other ones. Very helpful stuff. Look at that. That is super cool looking. I love that. And that is a fantastic spot for it. Somebody suggested that goes right there. So we are going to stick that guy right there, and that's going to hold a bunch of our power for all of our little carnival rides, which also means that this island would be a great place for a windmill. Now, let's pause this so we don't, oh, this actually doesn't use very many resources at all, comparatively. All right, we'll let them build that. But, like I was saying, this is going to look super cool. Now, if I can put two of the... Yeah, look at that. That's going to be... Oh, man, that's so cool. Oh, what a nerd. I can't believe it. Yeah, I did it to myself again. Oh, I digress. Let's just build this. I'll shut up and we can build the thing. We just have a fun time with it. But we're gonna have to. Where is? I guess for construction doesn't really matter. I'll just shut up and put the put the ladders in. I was gonna think. Oh, whoa! What's the best way to do this? It doesn't matter. Just shut up and do it. That's all right. So we'll stick that there. Put that guy right there. I'll just put a ladder in. It's not that big of a deal. Put the double platform next to it so it doesn't complain. And that's going to let them build these two large windmills. Obviously, it's going to take 800,000 years to charge this huge thing. Huge thing with the two windmills. But that's not the only thing that's going to be done. Oh man, I'm in love with this. This is such a cool looking model. Oh, that's something else. But aside from that, some people suggested we sink the carnival rides down. Some people said they don't want to see that. One person said you could sink the carousels down 2 blocks and then build on top of them. And I think that's kind of a cool idea, but I'm not sure I want to end up doing that. If you take a look at the way the asset's designed, it's only 1 block high, right? And the power has to connect to the back here. So I thought if we have this cool thing right here, we have this space, what if, and again I'm going to pause doing this, what if we did something kind of like where this attaches directly to the back or whatever. Maybe that might look kind of cool. Just have that right on the back side and then have other power come off to the side, or put a second one of these, or go ahead and unlock our Ferris wheel. Because these things kind of complement each other. Or just to get rid of this real quick. If we nest stuff, a couple people suggested that. Game loves to lag a little bit while I'm doing the time-lapse mod stuff. But you could, in theory, assuming that, stuff actually connects right, you could do something like this, where you have all of your different carousels and Ferris wheels. You could have a couple of these. And it's not going to let me build this, because, obviously, but you could kind of have this whole thing built around the center like this, and then have power buried in the middle in these 3 blocks. I'm not going to be able to do it and have this model sitting here too. But these 3 blocks, you could have that be either a shaft, or you could come in here with the vertical flywheels like this medium guy, and you could actually bury this 1 level down so they're all connected to each other, and then figure out some other way of getting power out of there and then over to here. Or you could, depending on how this is all set up, it's not going to work next to the Ferris wheel, but you could put one of these guys here. I don't think it's going to let me put one here, but maybe the smaller windmills might actually play nice. I don't know, something to think about. But I do like the idea of using these little power modules as a structural design element. It's just the layout of this island isn't, I don't think, really going to support that. Maybe there's one orientation where that would actually work, but I don't know that we need 2 carousels and 2 Ferris wheels. But I definitely want to take some sort of advantage of that. Of course, we also have mud baths, but we don't have terraforming yet, so I'm just going to choose not to worry about those. We could also, on this little quote-unquote carnival island, put in some other stuff that's not really carnival-like, but could put another temple, could put in some shrines, frog statues, etc., what have you. Or we have these other monuments, also a battery smooth edition. This guy's awesome. Greatest craftsmanship. We have all these little things with area of effect mods, right? or I'm not, mod's not the right word, but area of effect, well, effects. And I just think it would be super cool to have these guys like on some sort of a decorated park area. So maybe we'll end up doing that and just figure out where we want to put our carousel stuff. But man, I love this asset so much. That's so cool, and I am excited to get to use that. So who knows? Who knows if I can figure out a good way to, you know, do stuff like this. Like maybe just have these back to back, or set up like so, where you have the entrances off of the side here, or whatever. It's just, I wish, oh man, I wish I could like stack this, but I don't know, I like this kind of stuff. I think it's cool. I think that is just fantastic, good fun. So if we move this guy back one, I guess this is fine. It's not the most exciting thing to look at or whatever, but you know, I think we might just do this. But I will pause construction on this guy so we don't block ourselves in. And what we can do is we can just, you know, connect all this stuff up and then build on top of it. We do have the ability to do that. We could even take our, what are these, rooftop terraces? They do fit on top of this. Although, in this configuration, they're, you know, not going to work. But we have this space over here, so I thought, what if we just have this rooftop terrace right next to the flywheel? You know, it's might be a little dangerous, but, you know, beavers, not humans, so it's fine. Moshe's not going to come, I don't know, raid my house or something, because I'm sitting here doing super dangerous beaver things. But we're going to get rid of this in a second, but I don't know. I think that's just like kind of cool. It's like, hey, like go relax while you're sitting next to this giant spinning death thing. But I don't know, people used to really appreciate this kind of industrial engineering. I know this is going to be a huge tangent, but I'm going to pause both of these, get rid of this. We can actually, you know, continue playing the game like we're supposed to. But something that I've always been interested in is old industrial architecture. And now, obviously, I'm not going to go out and like illegally explore abandoned places, because I don't fancy getting arrested or anything. But there's people on YouTube who document, and it's fascinating. It is absolutely incredible stuff. If you're ever interested in that, these guys out of well, I don't even know where they live now, but they used to be in Florida, called The Proper People, have a fantastic, really high production quality channel where they go and explore these abandoned places and take video of stuff. And my favorite stuff that they always do is these power plants that were built in, I guess, the 1920s, 1930s in the U.S., and they've done a couple internationally as well. But they just have such amazing industrial architecture where, I guess, the designers of these things had so much pride in the work they were doing and respect for, like, the power of electricity. It's like almost like the buildings are like a cathedral, and that similar kind of a level of reverence to what the purpose of the building is supposed to be serving. Like, you know, the people who are designing the old cathedrals, and you can really see like, wow, this is something that was built by people who really had a respect for the institution of religion and the text and the meaning behind everything, and other religions too, but it's just cathedrals because I'm American and I've spent a lot of time in churches. But just the amount of incredible thinking and engineering and problem solving that goes into this stuff that was made before, I guess, the really modern era is something you don't see anymore. So whenever I see something that's just really cool, really cool like this, where you have these exposed, I mean, I don't know if these gears or whatever in the middle turn or not, but just the way this is designed is just so appealing to me. Where you have the inner machinations of this stuff that you can see working and moving and rotating. And like also like this kind of stuff over here, like all of the mechanical stuff in this game just looks super good. And to some extent, I wish they'd go a little further with it, but it's such a visual treat. So anytime I see something like that, I have to talk about it. I know, huge tangent, multi-minute tangent where we kind of lost track of what we were doing. But I don't know, man, I just love stuff like that. And it's a level of workmanship and pride in what you do that you really don't see that often anymore. in architecture because everything is just so focused on efficiency of the usage of materials, which is fine. You know, there's merit in that as well. But the imagination and so much of this stuff is just gone now in favor of saving a buck. It's like, man, what a shame. You can take some time and have pride in what you do. Not to say that architects don't. Oftentimes they are constrained by budgets and things, but I don't know. The old stuff is just fantastic. It's beautiful and kind of jealous of Europeans who get to live in cities like that and have all these amazing looking things. And then meanwhile in America we got the same like 3 different Walmart designs in every town. Every freeway exit looks exactly the same, where you got a McDonald's and a Cracker Barrel, and they got street lights and chain hotels. Like, all right, I mean, that's fine. That's life. That's society. That's what it is. Not meaning to sound ungrateful for anything, but it's just the sense of pride and the enjoyment and the respect for ingenuity and stuff is just, you don't see too much of that anymore. So, that being said, let's continue on with our little carnival area here. Okay, what kind of path do we want? We already did bricks for the industrial stuff. We got different gravel paths. I don't really care too much for those. Stone path looks okay. Metal path, eh. Now, the wood folktales path is kind of a nice, like a dark wood. Iron Teeth wood is a little bit more blue. Then, of course, Frog Path. Plastered wood folktales path. Now, that just, honestly, just kind of looks like this. Iron Teeth path is a little orange. But I think, I like the idea of, I was going to say this blue one. But I think this wood folktales path is going to look pretty nice. And it also kind of matches the platforms a little bit. So why don't we, on our island here, just use this guy. We'll have this just go up and down everything, connect everything up. I am going to landscape in between here, so we'll leave this alone. And then I'm going to put in decoration stairs, huh? All right. Let's put that in there, and then we'll just have them, excuse me, walk up the side here. And we could either put some things here, or we can decide not to. Just, I think it depends on what we have going. But look how cool this is. I know I need to shut up about it, but this is such a fantastic looking asset. I absolutely am in love with this. It is just amazing to me. So, I want the beavers to appreciate it. I want us to appreciate it. And we need to figure out what's going to go up here. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be yet. We'll figure it out. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Obviously, these 2 large windmills are not going to be enough. I know that. It's fine. We're working on a solution to it. But, yeah. Just, we'll come back to this at a later time. We have some other stuff we got to get done. Like, detonating all this explosives. So I'm actually going to start on this side. Just so we don't accidentally kill any beavers. And do that. So now these guys can reach all of this. And then these guys over here can eventually reach all of this. I'm really not concerned about it. I will give them a little bit more path so they can reach the rest. We'll just explode in segments. Should be fine. Now let's come back over here because, oh boy, look at this stuff. This stuff is actually going considerably faster than I thought it would. So let's just click and drag. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. We are cooking now, folks. We've got plenty of, yeah. Oh, that one's almost done. These trees aren't going to grow fast enough for me to have to worry about disabling the cutting immediately, but I just want to make sure I started so I don't catch myself by a surprise later on. Because that's not gonna go well. But yeah, I'm going to just have to try and keep up with this. Not going to be the worst thing ever if I have to replant some, but you know, it is annoying to have to do stuff more than once. As I'm sure many of you would agree. All right. I just need to make sure that I'm not not cutting down maple trees. Yes, what a mess that would be. Oh boy. All right. Maple syrups. We still don't have enough, man. Yeah. So whoever said in the comments that I would need way more maples, you're correct. Congratulations. Definitely did not have enough. That's one of those things we're just gonna have to keep up, keep our eyes on for. Yeah, this is gonna take a pretty hefty amount of time to get done. So we'll have to come back and check on that later. And see, look, we're storing. Even with just one of these, all the gears turned. Oh, look at this! My God, this is amazing. Oh no, I'm obsessed with this. Like the teeth go all the way around, and it matches. Like the animation is like actually meshing with the same kind of a speed as the. Oh man, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna be looking at that all day. But yeah, we're gonna let this charge up a little bit because these aren't gonna be running all day anyway, so that should not be a problem. But to actually get the rest of this done, we're gonna have to get into everything else. And I guess I could have lowered this one more block and had this go down to the water, but I don't think it's worth worrying about. Now what we can do is we can selectively lower the edge here and make this not look quite so boxy, I guess. But that's going to come later. For right now, just for the sake of, you know, actually having something usable, I will just go ahead and unpause both of these so they can get built, and then eventually have our rooftop terrace and everything connected. So they can actually, you know, start using this. I think that is A-okay. Now, I did say I was going to build some more housing, and I wasn't entirely sure where that was going to go. I'm still not. But I had the idea of replacing some of this up here with maybe some more triple lodges. Not entirely sure I want to go that route. But, you bear with me here. If we get rid of these roof pieces, if I recombobulate, well, yes, that is a word, recombobulate how this stuff is laid out slightly, I might be able to get away with putting some double lodges facing this way and actually take advantage of this upper level here that we have the access to. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to reverse our mini lodges to be on this side, the inside rather, because I think that might actually be a more advantageous setup for how the paths are going. But I'm not entirely sure, because if you look at back here, this is paths all the way across. And they have to be because this is our metal platforms. If we were to flip this and just put the mini lodge on the inside, then that would just create the same kind of problem we're having here with this four-way path. So I don't think it's a problem. So I do want, however, to put in those two right there. And then, of course, on top, we'll put in the regular 2x2 roofing panels here. I guess probably it's going to look a little bit better like that. And then on the front here, I wish I had something that was a little bit nicer. I don't think I can use the different levee pieces. I don't know. The decoration blocks might. Oh, there's so many options. So many options on this. But if I could just do like a regular slope, that's a double height. I don't need a double height slope. Decoration slope 65 science. Oh, good. It's going to let me. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. All right. This is money, folks, because this is going to give us the beautiful dam boost. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Little bit of architectural garbage right here, but hey, that is going to help us out so much, because that's going to mean most of these guys in this building are going to have that beautiful dam perk that we've been attempting to get on our well-being for such a long time, which currently only 5 of them have. I don't even remember. Maybe it's this piece. Yeah, but I love that so much. So let's actually, since we're over here, I think they'll be able to reach that. Let's see. Can I find? If I do that same thing here, that might actually not work super well. I know we have, in the regular landscaping, we have these 2x1 pieces, but those don't quite look the way I want them to. Now we have it inverted. We have wood decorations 1, wood decorations 2. Now these are kind of cool. Inverted slopes, metal decoration blocks, metal inverted, ribbed metal, and then ribbed metal inverted. But I'm kind of tempted, honestly, to just use this as kind of a quasi-roof design, because that's gonna, that's gonna hit everybody. All of these houses, the way that the stuff is set up, and I don't think it looks terrible. So if we stick that in there, I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you like the slightly different design aesthetic of how this looks versus the thatched roof on the cottages here, I think that looks pretty cool. And that's going to give us the benefit of having these other things. Unfortunately, to build the inside, I'm not sure. Oh, no, they can. I was going to say I don't want to have to delete these terraces to do that. But no, they got it done. So, yeah, every single beaver resident, assuming I remember how I have this set up, yeah, every single beaver resident in this apartment building now is going to get the whole beautiful damn thing while they sleep, which is fantastic. So, what we'll do... Actually, that might not work quite the way I want to for this guy. But if we get rid of these 1x2 roofs that I really wasn't that big of a fan of, and instead do maybe something like maybe that piece isn't gonna look great. I mean, we have tons of science, so I can unlock a bunch of these and take a look. But see, this doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look great. Square corner, huh? All right. Ooh, I don't hate that. I just wish it was just slightly different. Because if you have something like this, kind of coming to a point, and in real architecture, you would never do this. You wouldn't have a roof slope go into the side of another part of the building. That's going to have some sort of like horrible consequence for water intrusion later on. But, this is Timberborn, not a actual, architectural thing. So if we were to, just play with stuff a little bit, like could do this, could do something like this, and maybe has a little bit of a different vibe to it. I don't think I mind the vertical wall right here. I think that's kind of a nice privacy thing. But if you did something like that doesn't look too bad. I actually kind of like that, having the corner right there. I wish I could do a little bit of an overhang, like you have a what's the term, soffit on like a Western style house. I don't know. We got some people all over the world, so I know not everybody's house is going to look something like this, but I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. God, what a nerd. Sitting here nerding out over decorative block mods in the beaver game. My God. But, oh, this is just so much fun. I love that this is the flavor text for this. Okay, you see, now we have the problem. Oh, they can't reach this, really? Alright, well, that's kind of, it's kind of lame, but whatever. Build this platform so they can actually, build this other windmill. Eventually, this will be, a little bit better. But we'll get that all figured out. We got plenty of time. We have a lot of other stuff we need to be doing that I've just gotten distracted from. That's fine. Alright, so now this... I mean, he's not even done planting these either, so, it's alright. Just plant some more oak trees in the gap here. And I guess we could do this section too. No big deal there. Just pre-plant this so we don't forget. See, look how much space has been cleared out here already. That is excellent. Because now we're going to be able to bring some more people in here. Or just, I guess, better utilize who we already have. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's check in with our maple trees here. Make sure we're planting maple trees. I know I keep saying it. You're like, this guy can't possibly be that dumb where he's going to plant a ton of the wrong tree. It's happened before in this exact same spot. So, just give me a little bit of grace here. And we'll get it done. Yeah. This is going to be so much better not to have to cut all this stuff down. Oh boy. Now I just gotta be careful. It's already planted. Yeah, we're not too far off from just, you know, not having to worry about that anymore. I was really hoping we'd have more maple syrup, but I guess... Oh, hey, Rogue Operations. Beard Booster. I guessed this would have been a lot faster. Obviously, I was wrong. It's definitely not a quick thing at all. But, see, I don't want to build another tapper shack, because I feel like... oh, this needs to be prioritized. I feel like that's not the best use of resources. Beaver resources, that is. So I don't know. I just wish this was better, because it's not, and it bugs me. But at the same time, kind of, what can I even do here? I wonder if this would reach. How much of this is this even reaching? Oh, that's a lot more than I thought. Okay, all right. I'll put this guy here just for right now. Focus on the maple syrup, because we got a lot in here that can be gathered and will be gathered very soon. So if we can speed that up, you know, improve the production of our beaver bentos, even though we do have 1,000 of them. It's kind of one of those things that is like a never-ending saga, right? You know, you got that one problem you got to try to figure out how to solve, but something always keeps coming up. You know, nothing is ever easy, right? So that's what this is. Just gonna have to keep our eye on it. Let's see how that's going. Now we do have two large windmills going, making a pretty decent amount of horsepower. Harry Potter's, Hewlett Packard's, hydrogen peroxide, whatever you want to say HP stands for. But hopefully soon we can get a little bit better solution here. Water wheels really aren't going to be a fantastic solution in this area, just because, well, there's not really that reliable of a flow. So a couple people suggested, you know, maybe doing a wind farm here. I don't know if windmills work underwater. I think there's not really any reason why they shouldn't. But I also don't know if I like the idea of burying the windmills underwater. I feel like that's kind of cheaty. But I don't know. We got some options we can mess with. We were low on water, weren't we? How are we Oh, okay. So we ran out of water at the perfect time. It's actually kind of concerning. So let's decide right now that we're not going to do that again. Let's just, you know, not run out of water. Put in another 4 water pumps right here. Get these guys all hooked up. Does it look super great? No, not really. But it's gonna... I don't know why I said it like that. It's gonna be fine. Now the real question is, can I fit 2 of these guys facing each other this way? I can put one here, then one here. Oh, that's actually perfect. That would leave a pretty good amount of space for the for the little straws. So I'm gonna blast that out. We're probably gonna have to put another little frog path branch here so they can place that dynamite. But if we do that, then we can actually come in here and have another 2 in a spot that's not going to be the worst place the world's ever seen. So that's exciting. Just go ahead and stick that right there. Probably don't need this one on the very end. Actually, I know we don't, because of the way the doors were put in. That's something to keep up with at a later point in time. Excuse me, later point in time. Yeah, set those off. Nobody's over here to die, so let's just blow this up. Things that can be taken very poorly out of context. Let's see. Now this should be... yeah, it should be kicking on. Actually, right now it's... okay, no, it just went up. Good. Alright, so that's good progress there. I know I've said this whole time I need to build more housing, and all we managed to do is build these, which I guess still helps. But now we're down to only 25 vacancies, 2 incapacitated beavers. That's one of those things that's just going to happen. Just have to plan around it. Let's make sure I'm only planting maple trees, I know. I know, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. But you got to be intentional when you do stuff. You can't just, you know, run and half-ass something and expect it to be any good. Sometimes you get lucky, like with some of my videos where I just kind of pull something out of random. It ends up being good, or you guys like it, or whatever. But yeah, making intentional effort to, you know, make sure stuff's good is usually a pretty good idea. Now, maple syrup, I'm sure we still don't have any stored. Nope, and we don't. Yeah, this is just, and I've thought this was an insane amount of maples to have in the first place, but I guess the rate at which we're consuming the food necessitates additional trees. So, you know how this goes. Just an eternal process. Never ends. Well, I mean, it will end once we have all these trees replaced, but you get the picture. You know what I'm going for. Oh, I want to see this flywheel spinning. I don't want to... get off the Ferris wheel. I guess it's always going to be consuming power. Oh, yeah, these... Oh, yeah, it's the middle of the night, dude. Go to bed. Why are you on the Ferris wheel? Well, this doesn't look like midnight because of the way the clock's set up, but this basically is beaver midnight. Get out of here. Go to bed. Go sleep. Go do something. How do we still have 37 dehydrated beavers? Now, this district should... Hold on. How is that? Or is that because we didn't have any... okay. Let's... Alright, so that's not great. Let's fix that. I was going to try to avoid having to have beavers pump here. But I think it's probably... yeah, it's probably pretty unavoidable at this point. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is going to look so ugly, too. Can I... Oh, it's not going to fit like this. Oh, what a pain. All right. Not really any of these. I'm going to fit nicely, huh? No, I'm trying to avoid building things that look just stupid. Is that going to work? No. I mean, I could get rid of one of... What is this? Treated planks and gears. Okay, well, I kind of need that storage. Paper, planks, logs... Okay. Oh, I know what we can do. Oh, geez, these other things are killing me here. Let's just do this. Click. Thank you. That's going to be... This is logs. I guess we could make planks. Then I guess we could make treated planks. And then metal blocks. But let's just delete it. Delete that. What's this set to? Logs. That's also set to logs. Yeah. Alright, well, they'll go away somewhere. I'm going to put a water pump here. Mark that as top priority construction. Get that situated. I don't know why the game is still paused. And then, gears-wise, we're going to have storage for the gears. That's always going to throw me off. White. Come on. I guess for right now, might as well just make a gear warehouse over here. Who cares? That's fine. Just have to store something somewhere because these beavers are thirsty. Thirsty beavers. Don't want them to die of thirst. That would be incredibly embarrassing. 13 episodes into a playthrough. And they shouldn't be starving either, so I think what's happened... Guys in the district crossing have been slacking off. See Skrymer, you, Mitchell Walker, Boy, Stephen Ross. Get your game together, fellas. Let's go. You know there's stuff in here. Now bring it over. Alright, so this hopefully begins solving itself. Should end up being fine. Alright, this needs to be exploded. Gradual progress. These trees are going to take forever and a day to grow. That's fine. This is looking nice. Looking a lot better. Now we're starting to harvest a little bit further out. Yeah, see, we're just not making enough power. And I really don't want to bury these things. I think that's so just dumb to do it that way. But now I've got to put... Oh, man, this is all messed up. Got to put in double platforms. I gotta remember how this is supposed to look, first of all. I believe that should be correct. Let's put in here and here. There we go. And a path down the side. All right, looking good. Nope, get out of here. So they'll end up building that. Should be... Oh, wow, they built all that from below. I guess they couldn't get to that because there wasn't anything here. So that's fine. Let them take care of that. Come back over here, check on our maple trees. Please plant the correct tree. Thank you. Yep. Just a process. Just a process. So got a couple more applied there. And cut trees, I think... Yeah, well, actually, any of these that have the darker land underneath them can be cut. So we just have to make sure that we're... is that an oak tree? Aha! No, 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 no. Oh, okay, I thought that was a brand new seedling. No, it's 48% done. We're gonna, you know, actually cut that one down. But all of these that have the correct color earth underneath definitely need to be cut down. Now, it probably would have been a smarter idea for me to just, you know, completely unmark all of these and then just remark the ones that are supposed to be cut down. But I didn't think of that until just now, and now it's too late. So we're gonna roll like this. Yeah, see, these are all done. That's done. That's done. Making good progress here. Good, good, good. That's done. All right, it's these baby steps. I know this can be frustrating to watch, especially those of you who are a lot better at the game than I am. But you got to stay on top of this stuff. Do we have any more? Nope, no more maple syrup, despite having... Can they reach all the way out here? Okay, this guy definitely can. So I guess he's just got to work his way down here. Ever so slowly. Now, I do want to check and see the beautiful dam boost. Oh, yeah, look at that. 192 out of 291 have that. So it's a good thing we did that. We did that over here. You know, I actually like this. I think this is great. Looking quite snazzy. The only problem is it's not getting the... it's not getting these four here in the middle. So now I've gotta wonder, should I go ahead and replace these shrubs? Well, I guess I kind of can't do that because I need them. Yeah, the layout of this top here really not my best work. Not at all. So why don't we go ahead, just flip these guys around here with the mirrored lodges. There we go. There we go. Flop that around to the outside, because what that's going to allow us to do is take these shrubs out, take these paths out, and we only just move the space. Come on, click on that. We only move the space into the middle here, but in so doing, what we have the opportunity for is... I actually might have just done a stupid thing. Hold on. You know, I thought I was going to be smart, but all I did was just shuffle the problem around somewhere else. So, you know, that's, yeah, that's, Well, what I probably should have done was not do that. Oh, what a pain. Why am I like this? All right, disregard. We're putting it back. Oh, man, no. What I should have done, left these alone. I really probably should not have even built this like this. Said, forget the shrubs. Just go to the decoration blocks. What I want is I want one that's just a single tile peak. Because we have these corner squares. And this would give both of these front two here that buff. But, see, I don't want it to come to a peak in, like, one spot here. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good, you know? I want one of these that is just a single peak. Oh. You know, that actually, I don't know if that looks better or not. Diagonal, decoration slope. Yeah, that's not that much better. Slope center. No. Internal corner. No, that's not really any better. What is this? Decoration, internal corner, side platform. My God, what? What is that? Oh, that's actually kind of cool. It's got a platform on it. That might be useful. I thought the way that looked, I thought it was like, oh, what's that term? The geodesic dome or what? I don't know how to pronounce that. I just saw it in Roller Coaster Tycoon 20 years ago and thought it was cool. These are the same kind of things. Yeah, so I made this ugly. So that's what happens when you think you have a smart idea and it turns out to, you know, not actually be that smart of an idea. So then you go with it anyway. Whatever. Well, they'll get the beautiful dam bonus at least. All of these guys have it. Alright, now we have the ability, since this carousel's over here, to go ahead and get rid of this, and I think we should. So goodbye beaver statue, goodbye large windmill, goodbye roofing things, goodbye vertical flywheels with absolutely nothing in there. Now what we have to do is decide how we're going to put this other monument in. We go with our Fountain of Joy. So this has to be actually in water. And I think the easiest way to do that is a 5x5 space, which conveniently we don't really have here. But since we have these hedges right here, we can put it kind of in the middle like this. We would just have to have this blasted out. And then as far as vertical clearance goes for a thing, I'm not entirely sure. But we are going to go ahead and blast these 5 blocks in the middle out. And then I think all I'm going to have to do is put in a water dump next to it. Oh, look at that. We're already over an hour. I already lied to the short episode people. Time flies when you're doing this kind of stuff. Well, I do apologize for those of you who like the short videos. If you haven't already clicked out of this one for being too long, or not clicked on it at all because it was too long. I do actually care. I just get distracted really easily when we're doing like actual fun stuff. So we will wrap this up pretty shortly here. But I really wanted to make sure this at least kind of worked. And this just looks kind of sad. So maybe I'll have to zoom in on the really cool asset design for that for the thumbnail. But we'll see. I do want to get this going. So let's blast away that thing. And if I put here Fountain of Joy. Oh, you joking? It's not gonna fit. All right. Can I do this? Click. Click. Oh, come on, man. Are you serious? Oh, I'm gonna have to play this stupid game, aren't I? All right. All right. Which side do we not want to look at here? All right. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of the shrub here. Gonna have to blast this out, then put a ladder in so they can build the stinking thing. Do we even have the resources for this? Okay, yeah, we do. We definitely do. All right. It's so funny to me they can't reach this. They could literally just go right here. Okay. I know, I put that in the middle of the night and then wonder why they aren't building it. Come on. Do this right now. I got stuff to do, man. Look at all these beavers going everywhere. Come on, I got one wish today. Put this dynamite in so I can blow it up. So now here we are, sitting here watching this, waiting for something to happen. All right, it's been allocated. Who's got it? Who's got the explosive? There we go. Who are you? Okay, you're not a weird booster, so that's fine. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna put in the ladder. Come in here, put the ladder in, do that, and then once they build it, I'm gonna have to have the water dump here, and it's gonna be ugly, and I'm gonna complain about it, and then forget about it 5 minutes later. Yeah, I digress. Let's continue putting in our maples. Keep our diligence up here. Good news is we've already almost got all these replaced. The bad news is none of them have grown yet. We still don't have any maple syrup. Oh, boy. Alright, so build this immediately. Because I got stuff to do, man. Come on. Alright, large flywheels. Oh, I don't want to build. I don't want to build these underwater. I think that's so lame. I mean, if you do it, do what you want. I don't care, but I don't want to look at that in this build. So probably what's going to happen is we just pause these for a while and let this build up. We'll figure out a better solution for this later. But I, at the very least, before we're done today, want this to have some sort of power, like actually stored up in that. Good news, though, is that we have a lot of trees growing here. That's all good to go. Let's plant these oak trees. These ones actually are supposed to be oaks. I think we'll leave this open here, so in case we have to put any more lumberjacks or whatever in place. This in here. I think I can get rid of these paths. Or at least a few of them. Is that still in range? This should... Actually, this should be in range for all of them. There we go. There we go. Let's... oak trees right here. Blow those last 4 things up. Give this guy something to do with his life. Oh, these are still only half grown. 53%. What is the first one this guy's going to plant? I hope it's this one right next to the door and then just kind of goes like this. And here I am. I did nothing to make this look any better. So that's kind of dumb. If I sit here and try to solve all the problems I said I was going to solve at the start of the episode, this would be 3 hours long, and I would have a riot on my hands. So let's not do that. Good news, though, is this is well on its way to being constructed. Just need another 290 middle blocks. So we'll come back to that later. Make sure this is up and running. We have gotten down to only 19 vacancies, which is good. In this district, it's 6. Do we have vacancies here in the Iron Islands? How? We have 3. Oh, okay, because I added additional jobs and did not add additional housing, which we're going to have to get to in another episode, because we are well and truly just about out of time now. Yeah, see, look at this. We got look at all this power we got stored up. I love when... Oh, man, I can't get over this. Battery smooth. You have done so well. That just looks amazing. I love that. Now, beavers who sit here, please do not reach your paws into the mechanism, unless you don't like having paws. That's not my problem. So this is looking a little better. We do have to get rid of all this land here, but I unfortunately did not provide a mechanism to bypass this. I just planted a bunch of trees. So let's go ahead, just because we're already here, and do that. Give them a method to bypass. Get rid of all... deleted the rubble. Oh, well. And then just plant our explosives right here. Get that going. And I am going to take this path out. Don't worry. Oh, I forgot to put that back. Yeah, I'm going to put this back as trees down here, but I got to fix this. It's going to absolutely kill me. We still only have 64 water, so I don't know. Is it an export threshold issue with Beaverburg 11? Because I feel like we should always import... Oh, I don't need to import water. No. We do not need to import into District 11 water from the other district. Let's stop that. Stop that immediately. That should not be happening. All right. I promise we're wrapping this up. I appreciate your patience if you don't like the longer episodes. But it is actually important for us to get this done, or I am not going to remember for next week. Unless people remind me in the comments. Come on, get this last 2 in. They all in? Alright. Blow it up. Start again. Pop this in here. Now I can demolish the quote-unquote buildings. I guess the path counts as a building. So that's done. This path doesn't... Why is this here? This doesn't need to exist. Alright. Oak trees it is. Plant away, plant away. And there you have it. This is going to be all trees. once it's grown up. So that's a big improvement just in and of itself. I'm in love with this thing. Look how fast it's going. So does the speed actually increase with how much power it's got stored in it? Because that's a really cool mechanic if that's the case. It's quite speedy, even at single-time speed. Wow, that's a failure of a sentence construction there. Let's see, sun setting. Okay, this is not going to be finished. But I can at least do what I can, you know? Give some sort of effort, even if it's not going to be the perfect solution to everything. All right, so you guys have to remind me in the comments to finish this next episode, or I probably am going to forget. But we do have the space here on top of all of these warehouses to put in stuff like tappers, shacks, and all the other things that we're going to need. Storage, might even do a maple syrup storage tank here. Not sure. But yeah, remind me of this, please, if you can remember to remind me. Yeah, how about that? I need to remind you to remind me to remind you to do something. Sounds like a Monty Python sketch. But at any rate, I digress. We're out of time. It's been long enough. This video is gonna be like an hour, 15 minutes. So I think we got some good stuff done. We did not beautify the dam, but we did plant a whole bunch of trees. We improved this area just a little bit. We added some architectural, well, I'm not going to say this looks beautiful, but it does give us the beautiful dam bonus. And so far, I believe every beaver in this district now has it. Oh, look at this, the Fountain of Joy. It's ready to be joy. All right, I don't care about those planks. Get in here. Water dump, do your thing. We'll just have this going all the time. But yeah, this is going to be fully good to go. We'll speed it up, get the next day, get that guy humming. And yeah, that is going to be it. I'm going to turn these two on so our beavers can enjoy it. Look at this, look at this. We got power, and oh, it is rapidly depleting. But I did say I wanted the beavers to actually, you know, use it. Oh, it is going down so much faster than it can go up. So we got to fix that next time. Absolutely have to. Yeah, get that built, please. But it is working. Flywheel is flying, doing its absolute best. Again, fantastic model. I love this. The framed one is better, yes, but this looks so much cooler. And I am very glad we're able to add that. That is such a cool thing. All right, now, here we go. Here we go. We're putting water in. And hopefully... Yeah, look at that, look at that. Well, I guess I could have checked the orientation when I built this thing, but hey, you know, that's fine going that way. That is cool. I like that. And now we have all the monuments in our main district. And this covers... Wow, indeed. It covers a whole lot of space. And we got... Wow. Yeah, that's not annoying at all. But that... Oh, man, I love that so much. That is classy. That's real cool looking. So yeah, good work. Good work today. Those of you who, I guess, didn't technically do anything, but here for moral support, and I appreciate that. So, appreciate you being here. As always, taking the time to watch these videos, especially those of you who like the shorter ones. Again, sorry, but I'm glad we stopped where we did today. Got a ton of stuff done, and we're setting ourselves up very nicely for next week. Make stuff look even better, and you know, build this area out a little bit more. We didn't really do too much, but oh man, I just love the flywheel. I think we can do some nice stuff, especially if I download the, was it Torii Gates and Lanterns aesthetic mod? People have been trying to get me to do that for a while, but it's got lanterns, Japanese style lanterns and the Torii Gates and everything that you'd see in Japan. And those look really cool at night. That I've seen the screenshots, well, also the real life stuff just looks nice. But in the game, in the mod, it really opens up a new kind of dimension to your design and the aesthetic of stuff at night. So I think we're going to get into that at some point if I can remember over the weekend to grab that one. Hopefully it works. I think I remember seeing somewhere that it wasn't having good compatibility, but we'll check it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then well, that's too bad. But I mean, can't run it if it doesn't work. I think that would be a nice addition over there. Maybe create like a little little festival-style marketplace kind of thing with some food and water and everything. Make it look real nice, some decorations. So that's the idea I had for it. If you have any other suggestions, of course, you're always welcome to share. Guess we can fast forward through the night here. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks, Beard Boosters. Appreciate you guys as well and all the support you give. The financial support really actually does make a marked, measurable difference in my ability to keep doing these things. And I shouldn't say shirk other responsibilities, but it sure makes it easier. I can justify playing video games a whole lot more. And to get into some other stuff, we got some fun stuff coming. Gave you guys a little quick teaser last video with Water Beaver faction. Coming soon. Not entirely sure when I'm going to be able to get that one up and running. Trying to figure out compatibility stuff right now. But it is coming eventually, soon. Hopefully next week or the week after. But I'm not going to make any promises. So for right now, that is it. I'm glad we get to share this together. Very thankful for you as always. Whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, have a fun and a safe time. And we'll look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, see you later. Bye-bye.